Welcome to SENCo calendar for April. This month's theme is planning for next year, and the question I want us to consider is what planning are we doing now for 2021-22? For me, I'm planning around what I think our profile of need within the school will be in 2021-22. I have to go with what I think it will be because we will have new admissions, we will have admissions to our early years for September whose needs we may not be aware of if they didn't come to our nursery, whose needs may still be revealing themselves to us. We will have our normal intake of mid-phase admissions who potentially could have need within that group, and we will have children who are yet to leave us that we're not aware of. We have a year 6 going as well. So using what information I currently have, I've worked out what the profile of need is across the school, both in terms of which year groups they're in and in terms of which pathway those children need in terms of the provision we give them. So how many children will be in our pre-formal group, who you will have heard me talk about before in the previous videos? How many children will be moving from that pre-formal group, integrating more into class than they currently are? How that will look now we are being hopefully move away from bubbles and have more semi-formal groups with children who are accessing the pre-formal activities at times and children who are accessing the formal in-class activity at times. So I'm looking at all of that, and then I'm looking at the staff that I have. Obviously, again, we can have change that we're not aware of yet. We're getting closer to the point at which we will be clear on which teachers we have, but support staff, that can be quite a late date that we know if there's anybody leaving or going on maternity leave or whatever it is. So as best I can, I'm making some planning around the numbers of staff that I have against the profile of need of the children, firming up which adults with which children will come at a later stage. The other thing I'm beginning to plan for is interventions. During lockdown, it was very difficult to carry out a lot of our interventions. You could do it online, but we had families, a lot of our families are quite large families with 3 or more children in the family, and literally the Zoom time on the number of devices that they had to find time to do additional Zoom sessions for interventions was very difficult. We found other creative ways around it, and we prioritised the children who really needed some form of intervention. We used our phase groups, our phase teams to help us provide some of that input before and after their class session with their class teacher. We sent links to our YouTube channel out for specific interventions. We're taking this opportunity to have a look at all of our intervention and to review. One thing, for instance, that we would look at is our changing curriculum has meant that some of our social, emotional, mental health interventions are now being covered by class. To look at our speech and language interventions, because we are now, you may well be in the same situation in the authority or health district that you're in, trust that you're in. We have the situation where we have to carry out generic interventions before we are able to secure a referral, an onward referral. So that has now put a different spin on how we might deliver our speech and language interventions. There's quite a lot of change there. We're coming out of a situation where we haven't been able to run our normal model. Perfect time to review. So I'll keep you up to date with how we're getting on with that. Anyway, I hope planning for 2021-22 is going well for you, these initial plans, and I will see you next time when in May our theme will be working with outside agencies. So you see there's a little bit of a connect there from this month's topic. Anyway, keep well, keep safe, look at our online content, comment if you wish to, hit the bell and subscribe. It helps our content to get to the people who want to see it.